Well played. It is, it's probably the most difficult prelude, I think. That we all agree, we cellists, because there are so few open strings. We have so little chance to just play with the and let the cello ring. Some cellists have transposed it to other keys, you know, just for that reason.
Yeah.
But I think we can make, actually, by not pressing so hard with the bow, probably we can make more resonance, natural resonance with the cello. Because the problem is, I think when you were playing, it became more squeezed.
Yeah.
You know, became very heavy.
Yeah.
And you probably didn't want that at all. No, I'm sure. My feeling is that it's a good idea to think of the second note in each of this figure as the softest note. So you're always playing like, and phrasing more towards the middle, rather than, you know. Yeah, so maybe. Because the bass note is very obvious.
Yeah.
We don't have to emphasize. It's there. You know, it's always on a down bow. And if we play, the A string is louder. It's always the one we hear. Try not working so hard. And so really, with less bow, actually, and I think it's a nice idea to, it's a natural thing. Especially when he's repeating the harmony in two bars, you know. Try that once. Yes, that's it. And you know, sometimes the accentuation or false accentuation, like da 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 da, happens because you're shifting. You choose a finger in which there's activity. You see, if you played more in the first position, there are a lot of places I thought you could play a simpler fingering, and probably would be more relaxed. You know, you're not in anxiety to move. I mean, well, here we do, but I'm thinking more of this one. So maybe second bar less. So the movement across the string as well is not too anxious, but more like. And so on. Yeah. Maybe just for one moment, let's just try 2 little preparation exercises to see if this will help. So one is just the octave. The first 2 notes, they're like yom, bom, bom, bom. Like you are one part of the orchestra, and the next one is playing. yes. And what I try and do is feel with my right arm that literally it's like this, rebound, not active. The difference of, or, so really forte piano, if you like. Exactly. Now, you see, if you could dare to play in one position, is it possible to stretch? So you don't have to shift as well, because everything adds. So I play. I mean, it's a big stretch, but it might be worth trying. Yeah, you can do it. Absolutely. So the first exercise the second thing, when I practice the prelude, I practice just like I showed you at the beginning. I don't begin with the first note, but I begin with. Just this, I'll play the first note. You play.
Maybe I'll do the original fingering now.
Yeah, do your fingering by. Exactly, and so on, and so on. So you should feel that these two, it's a duet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a duet. So and that brings me to the other point, that it sounded very much when you're developing the dynamic, when you're going somewhere, it sounded too much like a melody, linear. And I think we have to keep the articulation, which I like very much, is much more, a little like Haggai was suggesting just now, this kind of, not this. In our case, it's like that. There's much more air. So I never play, even when it's and that's what makes the resonance, because when you play, you actually kill it, but you see the string vibrating, widely, like an open string, which is what we miss. As I said at the beginning, we don't have like, we don't have all these nice things. But if you can make the same idea, so more with the bow than the vibrato. Yeah, and also it's here that the elbow makes a U or banana, if you like. Banana bowing is a nice. Perfect. Exactly. Then each sound will be like a bell.
Yeah, that's what my teacher told me to.
Oh, okay. So we always say the same thing. It's just in a different language or different. It is. Yeah. So let's try again. I'll let you play a bit further now. So let's go. I call this the overture. So in the prelude, there's the overture, and then begins the interesting, exactly, when the development. So let's hear the curtain rises with this. Yeah. Much better. Boom, boom. Much better. Now begins the interesting part. Yeah, exactly. So you don't have to play quietly.
Yeah.
It still can be full, and so on. And I think as the gets closer, probably it's less intense, if you like. So now we begin. Where are you going here? When is the next arrival point?
I think because
really?
I think this is one, and then because
where is the strongest? What about the dominant?
Sorry,
the dominant here, the B flat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
This is the way to resolve to. The dominant is always the other main big column, you know. And then after that, where would be the next, maybe it's closer, the next modulation, if you like.
I think it here.
Where are you
I
going?
think here it starts again. Because, no, sorry, the A.
A flat.
Yeah.
Good. Let me hear from where we start. Yeah. Can you pick it up from there? That's it. So when we get there, we want to know that this is it really, and then you don't play the D flat. You play. Which version do you play? You D flat. Yeah. You do D flat, or
I do.
Because some people don't. Which is yes, it's a possibility. I don't know if you saw in Anna Magdalena, it says in her handwriting when she copied it out, there's this change, and it's nice. I do it on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I play D flat, and other days. So okay, yeah. So so I think you should have a think of. Then we get to there. Yeah.
So we start with the D flat here instead of here.
Yeah, that's what she wrote there, but it's not so important. This is logical because it's two bars, you know. Yeah, great. Maybe don't wait too much on the bass notes. I mean, or before them even. Yeah. So once you're starting, you know, you can just so that we. This is just like somebody's playing the continuo part. Yeah. Can you play from B flat major? I would question the use of harmonics. This kind of suddenly it's especially why it's not necessary. It's not difficult. I mean, I know this is okay. It's nice to play that, but in this place I wouldn't do it. There was another place you were doing it as well, and I thought, yeah, especially with the glissando. Yeah. I mean, you can, with your chord playing anyway, I know we're jumping a little bit, but it would be good if you thought more about the Baroque bow, where there is this effect, where the bass and the middle are strong and the high is less. So, I mean, you have there's a release. There's never. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you don't like that. Great. So let's play once from here now. I think you did the same thing. Yes. Yeah, you jumped. It's so easy to do that. Yeah, read it once, and then you'll feel better. Yes. One more. Yeah. Maybe not. Yeah. Just simple. Yeah. Yes, and even that I wouldn't play, suddenly. This intensity is already here, but if it's enough that I think if you can keep this gesture, Even when it's I'm not, it's too tempting. I know it's we're playing like this so much in other music.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it will make the whole piece breathe and lighter and travel. Yeah, I think anyway. Can you try from the open C? Yeah, and then we go on to the pause. More than that's the problem. Just so that you hear it. Yes, and it's exaggerated because we have the biggest shift here. So why not just take a little time? And then it's a relaxed movement in your left arm. Yes, exactly. Good. And more, yeah. Good.
Sorry, this time I jumped back.
It's easy. Let's just check what exactly. Yeah. Where did you get to? Go from here, maybe. Okay. Yeah. It's so interesting that it's the first time it's going in reverse. Yeah, so why not show that? You know, just once. And then these steps, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Would you like to go from? Good. So when you're practicing, don't go too into yourself in the sound. You know, remember how it feels when you're in a space, and especially if you're not in a cathedral, where everything is easy, but you have to make the sonority a little bit. So. Keep that. You know, don't get too near the bridge, otherwise it doesn't speak. So. But not too little, not too little. And I think that we're going down to, so maybe you go from there and diminuendo, as you were doing, but don't start too soft. Give, And I would let it ring. There's written some kind of fermata, so and then quite free. Again, I would avoid going. I would try to play. I would prefer to do more string crossing. That's better. Do you think you could read it? Imagine you were sight reading first time. You would probably play something. Yeah. So I suggest. Yes, that's possible. Then you go with the waves.
And not start down?
Or you could start down. I mean, that's up to you. These things are not so important, but it's more, I think, I think those 2 points of the curve, going up and down, I would go naturally with the bow. But I would avoid up and down one string, simply because, first of all, it's a lot of shifts, and it doesn't help. It's not particularly better. Okay. I wish it was, but it isn't. Now, okay, so we've been holding this, and then you resolve to the D. Yeah. So I'll hold the C. You play this. Just a question of balance, a little more on the C string and a little less on the D string or the A string. So this note is still relatively too weak, and this one comes out too strong. So you have to just, doesn't have to be very long, but just have to... It just has to be a little stronger than the next note. Yes. Yeah. Then relax. That's it. That's it. That's exactly it. Go on. Okay. Very good. Very good. I think what we need to hear is this. More. So the down bow, a little longer. First position. You can play all. It's nice. It's in one thing. Yes. Yes. It's under your hand. Yeah. Would you like to try that? A little bit more. Not too short. It sounds like Kosman exercise warm up. Yeah. So. Yes, because you know what? We don't need to hear the fifth in together. It's enough if you roll across, like we hear it in passing, but we don't need to hear it in sustain. Yes, it's enough. Yeah. This one.
And then what did you do?
Yes, because there's no thumb in the whole piece, so I think I'll leave it has a holiday in this suite. So, because I prefer that. I mean, then you're just. That was a harmonic, I thought, so it was great. I love its color. So suddenly, it's just passing. You're drawing attention to yourself. It's not an important note there. So play, I would suggest. Perfect. there the harmonics are okay actually, because it's it's a natural thing to do. But then again, I would be careful not to make any slide. More, rather than don't draw attention to it too much. Yeah. In your bow stroke, let's not lose that lovely banana that you got there. Before you got that beautifully. So even here, I'm approaching the string always there, never straight across. So I'm feeling quite flexible here and moving in my elbow. Yeah. If you get too stiff, it becomes too horizontal like this. Okay. Can you play one? Have we time? Just play from here again.
Sorry. Yeah.
For you. Let's keep this moving. That's it. Nice. And now more on the ball beat. Actually, I think that works well if you play separate. Just separate. So you don't need to do anything fancy. Yes. Just, it comes. Yeah. Continue, just continue. Go on. This is getting to, what does it sound like? Something else, I don't know, but it's just ornamentation. Yeah, it's not a melody. Can you try? Yes. Yes. Lovely. And go on. Okay, now just I still hear. Try really phrase to that middle of the bar. I must say, when I play this one, also I play. I phrase to there. Not so. So let's try. Yeah. There. E flat. Okay, it's nearly. So just before we go. That's where I use more bow. Yes. That's it. A little bit. Yes, just go on. Do you know what I do here? It's very lonely. Or instead, I wouldn't do this one either. So how about I play a chord. I love that chord. Try it once.
So it's
E flat, E flat, A flat, D.
E flat.
I mean, it's just it's a suggestion because I just think it's
yeah. So it's,
could be helped. Yes. Yes. Be more bold. A real. Yeah. That's bravo. That's great. Yeah. Super.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.